Here's the thing, is that I actually really like both of these controllers. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with them per se. It's just that after using them for, well, the Steam controller, I think 45 hours now, and I think the Vader 5 Pro, I've been using it for probably about 80 hours now. I have some in-depth thoughts and comparisons between the two. Vader is a good controller, there's no doubt about it, but the first generation of these had really bad quality control issues. I'm still using the outdated version of it that has the tensor ring issue that makes the tension rings back off after a while. There's been numerous complaints online, especially on Reddit, about these back paddles starting to wear out over time. If you're a gyro player like me, the gyro on this is lackluster at best. For instance, there is a little bit of drift after you calibrate it through Steam. And don't get me started on the software, because the software that Flydigi offers for desktop experience is absolutely terrible. The only way to get around that experience is actually you have to update the controller to the latest firmware, and then from there select it's a function to allow software to control mappable buttons. And then what that does is that you can go into Steam and actually use this controller as a Steam controller. And now we have this big Chongus boy here. This is probably one of the most hyped up controllers out there right now. And one of the unfortunate things right off the bat is the design of the controller. Fortunately, because of the trackpads, or fortunately, it has to have this design because it can't have anywhere for the trackpads to be. The other thing is that, so this controller is about $150 Canadian or $99 American right now. And the unfortunate thing is that it has a really cheap feel. The back buttons are just okay. They are kind of have a little bit of a squishy feel to them. And the triggers are just awful. I've seen numerous complaints online that these triggers have popped out due to the springs and that, and they just have same kind of a squishy, cheap feel to them. The positive side of this control is to just plug it in, update the firmware, and you're good to go. There's community profiles for controller settings, button mapping, trackpad mapping, you name it, that this controller is customizable inside Steam. Now, with that being said, and comparing the two, is that this controller is $150 right now, Canadian, or $99 US, and this controller is, I think, $60 Canadian right now. It has a more premium feel, but does lack a lot of the features. So this is not the best controller ever made. Is it a really good controller? Yes, it is. Are there better options out there? For sure. Now, I might be a little bit biased towards the Vader just because I've had it for longer and I've got used to the feel and everything like that. It is a premium more feel, but I do understand the quality control issues. If you have the money laying around to be able to afford this and you're in the queue to be able to purchase one of these, I do recommend getting this controller, as it is a good all-around controller. But if you're on a little bit of the budget, then I would say that this is the better controller for your budget. It is an all-arounder. If you're not into gyro, then you don't have to worry about it right now. And a lot of places are shipping the version 2 that does fix the quality control issues.